Hey everybody! So today I'm going to show you how to create the Shopkins inspired character from season 2. She's a toilet paper roll. I will be making mine exactly like this one today, and these are the supplies that I will be using. So to point them out, this is the glow-in-the-dark white, pink, 2 bands from the lightest pink color from the skin tone package. This is blue is from the pastel, and that light green is what I used on here. This one is the caramel. So pick the colors that you'd like to use. You could even use a light color blue for the body and darker color blue for the shoes, the other color that she comes in. So I do hope you enjoy, and let's get started. Round 1 of the legs, there's 2 rounds to this, and I'm going to show you to do one, and then you're going to pause the video and make another one. We're going to start off with 4 single crochets in our magic ring. So you're going to grab your first band and you're going to wrap it around the bottom peg 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And now you're going to bring your 4 pink bands through. So reach in, grabbing your first band, bring it through on your hook and bring your loop over and bring it to the side. Back in for your second band. 2 loops over. And your third band. 2 loops over, and your fourth. You can attach your stitch marker to the band that's around your hook. Oops. And remove it off the loom. You want to fix your bands to make sure that you have a nicer circle, and you should have 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is on your hook. For round 2 of the legs, I'm going to add 2 bands to each chain, so 2, 2, 2, and 2. At the end of round 2, you'll have 8 stitches. With our last band, we're going to do a slip knot to tie it closed. So let's go on our first chain, adding 2 bands. It's tiny, so take your time. Bring your band through on your hook and slide, and go back in for your second band. And the next chain again with 2. Back in. The next. Back in. Back the next chain. Back in and do a slip knot. So you're going to bring it through all of the loops on your hook and slide. You can remove that stitch marker, and we're going to add 2 bands as sewing bands. So I'm going to bring my slip knot to the side, and I'm going to do a little slip knot in the center, catching both chains, and at the end. So I want to put my slip knot to the side, and I want to make sure that my chains are nice and even. So just like this. I'm not going to go in the chain right beside. I'm going to go in the next chains over the slip knot here. I'm going to go in one side and through the other side. And I'm going to bring a band through on my hook and do a slip knot. Don't pull this band too hard. You just want to have a secure slip knot. And at the end, making sure that you grab the 4 loops. Again, not pulling too hard. And you can put those to the side. To create the arms, what we're going to do is use 4 bands. And I'm going to use my hook to create this. I've done 1. So you're going to pause the video and make another one. You're going to take your first band and wrap it around your hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you have 4 loops. Now the next 2 bands, I'm going to use single bands and doubled. So I'm going to stretch it, twist it, and double it. And I'm going to slide my band on. Try to make sure that your bands are not twisted like my first one is. And the next one, again, a single band, twisted, doubled, attached to your hook, and you want to slide this band on. And now this one, we're just going to slide on. Grab the end and just fix it into the center, and you can remove off the hook and put these to the side. For round one, what we're going to do is the brown part that I have here. So this would be the center of the toilet paper roll. That's the idea. So I'm going to start with the caramel color, and I'm going to do 5 single crochets in our magic ring. So you can pick another color if you'd like. You can use yellow or a burgundy or whatever color. You just need 6 bands here to start. And we're going to take our first band and wrap it around the bottom peg 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And bring your 5 bands through one at a time. So reach in, grabbing your first band and bring it through, put that end on your hook, and you want to bring this loop over. Bring it to the side, and go back in for your second band, bring it through, on your hook. You have 3 loops, bring these 2 over, and bring it to the side. Go back in for your next band, bring through, on your hook, and these 2 bands over. Bring your bands to the side and continue with your 4th band. Bring it through, on your hook, and 2 loops over. And one more time. Back in. Bring it through, on your hook, and 2 loops over. Attach your stitch marker now to the band that's around your hook. Remove it off the loom. And we're going to move our bands around so that they're nice and neat and it's a nice looking circle. And you should have 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is on your hook. On round 2, what we're going to do is add 2 bands to each chain. So 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. At the end of round 2, you will have 10 stitches. So I'm going to start off with a slip stitch because I'm changing color. So I'm going to go in the first chain, bringing my first band through all of the loops that are on my hook, grabbing that end, and sliding, not pulling. Go back in that same chain for your second band. And you're going to repeat by going in the next chain and adding 2 bands. Go back in. And again, just adding 2 bands all the way until you get to your stitch marker. So you should have 10 stitches. Don't count where your little slip knot is. You're going to count your chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 is on your hook. Remove your stitch marker and add it to the band. For round 3, we're going to increase this round to 15 stitches. So the pattern is going to be 1 single crochet followed by an increase. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around to your stitch marker, which you're repeating 5 times. So I'm going to go in my first chain, not the little slip knot. I'm going to go in my chain and add 1 band. Chain 2, I'm going to add 2 bands. Go back in and repeat. 1, next chain with 2. So go back in for your second band, and you're just going to continue until you get to the stitch marker. So you can remove your stitch marker. You should have 15 stitches and add it to the band that's around your hook. For round 4, we're going to do 15 single crochets, and we're going to use the inside loop only. So this just means that you're adding one band to each chain, but we're only using the inside. So it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 all the way around. So let's get started. You're going to need 15 bands. We're going to go in the first one. So you're going to go, we would normally go like this. You're just going to grab the first one, the chain that's closest to the center, and bring your one band through and slide. And continuing the next one, inside loop only. We're creating a base, and the next one, and the next one, and the next. Inside loop only. You should have 15 stitches, and you can remove that stitch mark. For round 5, we're going to do 15 single crochets, so adding one band, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. But we're going to be adding the arms, and we're going to add them to chain 6 and chain 10. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'm going to be going this way. So I'm going to do 5 single crochets first. So let's do the first row. First chain with one band. Chain 2. Chain 3. Chain 4. Chain 5, and now chain 6, we're adding our first arm. So touch to your hook, bring it through slowly, grab the other end, and slide. So now we're going to do 3 more single crochets and then add the other arm. The other arm, slide through, grab the end, and slide. So now we have 5 bands left, and we should have 5 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're going to add one band to each chain until you get to the stitch marker. You should still have 15 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and add it to the band around your hook. For round 6, we're going to be adding the little cheeks. So I'm going to be using the lightest pink from the Skin Tone package, and I'm showing you because the white and this are so close. You can use another kind of pink. I'm going to be doing 15 single crochets, so adding one band, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. The cheeks are going to go on chains 6 and chains 9. So 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is my cheek color. And we're going to do 15 single crochets. But when I change my color, I'm going to be doing a slip stitch. So let's go on our first 5 chains with 1 band in each. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now in chain 6, changing the color, so I'm going to do a slip stitch going through all the loops that are on my hook, grabbing the end and sliding. My next chain, I'm going to be using the white and I'm going to do a slip stitch because I'm changing color through all the loops and slide. Now I'm going to do 1 more single crochet and I'm going to add the cheek. So this is chain 9. Changing the color, slip stitch through all the loops, grab the end and slide. Chain 10, doing a slip stitch because I'm changing color again. And slide. Now we have 5 bands left and 5 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Add 1 band in each. You can remove your stitch marker. You should have 15 stitches. For round 7, we're going to be adding the eyes now. And I'm going to be adding the eyes on chains 6 and 9 again. So the same number as our cheeks. If you're not using the beads, you can use a band and wrap it around your hook 4 times. So if you're making it, just push up your band here and you're going to take this, go around 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to add it to chain 6. Remove. Now if you're using the pony beads, you're just pinching your band and sliding on. So you can make the other eye for the band or get your beads ready. So chains 6 and 9. Now doing 5 single crochets before we get to the eye. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm at the light pink color. Don't go through your little slip knot, go through your chain. And bring the eye through. Now your next band, the white color, don't go through the slip knot, go through the chain. And add your band. Another single crochet, and we're at the cheek color again. So don't go through the little slip knot, go through the actual chain and bring the eye through. And now the next band, again, don't go through the slip knot, go through the chain. And you're going to add 1 band to each one of the chains till you get to the stitch marker. you should have 15 stitches. Remove your stitch marker. For round 8, we're going to do 15 single crochets, so adding one band, one, 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 all the way around. After this round, you're going to be adding the feet, the mouth, and the eyebrows. So we're going to go in our first chain, not where it's getting pulled, bringing our first band through, and just continuing one band in each chain. So you'll end up with 15 stitches. When you get to your beads, make sure you're going through the tiny little chain because my bead is pulling the band. So that's the little chain. You just need 15 chains. So make sure you go in the little tiny chains beside the beads. So you can remove your stitch marker, add it to the band that's around your hook, and we want to secure this. So you want to remove your hook because we need to add on all the other pieces. So you can take your stitch marker and clip it on to the other side, or the C-clip, or do a slip knot with a band. You just need to secure it. We're going to do the legs, and I am going to use 2 pink and 2 white. Excuse me. I'm going to be bringing these 2 bands, when I put them together, these 2 bands are going to go out of the same hole. So you're going to find your center, where you want your placement. There's 3 sewing bands, 1, 2, and 3. You want to kind of have 1 band underneath the arm, so 1, 2, and 3. This is probably going to be my center. And I'm going to start there. So I'm going to go through the middle, come out the front, and I'm going to bring my first leg through, my first sewing band. And where I'm coming out of is right above the base band. So I'm not at the bottom, I'm at the stitch right above that single base band. And you want to bring your first band through. You want to keep it on your hook, and you're going to slide each time you bring a sewing band through. So go beside that, right above your base band, bring your second one through, and slide. And right beside that, make sure you're not going on the face. You want to make sure you're above, because I almost went through halfway up the face. You want to make sure that you're right above and right beside your other band. So I'm right above and slide. Now what you want to do is you want to catch these bands by just twisting around them. So you're going to go through and through because we need to tighten this band, otherwise your leg is going to be loose. And you want to bring a white band through these loops and do a slip knot to tie it closed. And it will go into place nicely after when you're done. Now for the next leg, the same thing. You're going to bring your first band through that same hole. And you're going to go right beside that, making sure you're right above that single base band. And slide. The next stitch over, above that base, bring your band through, and slide. Now I'm just turning it around so I can go through. It doesn't matter which position you're at with the stitches. You just want to grab them so we can tighten it up. I just went through the 2 stitches, and you want to bring your band through. And give it a little tug in the back, and it will go into place. Now, I don't know why I said I needed an extra band. This band, when you're using the jelly bands, because it's jelly and this is an opaque, the legs kind of went like this, So her legs are usually stuck together. So it's up to you if you wanted to do a little slip knot. It's completely up to you. Just by grabbing a band on each side, I'll probably grab the stitch. I'm just going to grab 1 stitch and 1 stitch, not at the front, towards the back, and bring a band through. Again, completely up to you if you need to do that. The 2 types of bands make the legs really stick out on the jelly bands. And you're just going to hide your slip knot. And you can just keep hiding that. Now we're going to do the mouth. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my blue band through. So I'm going to find my position. And I want to kind of go down here and I'm going to skip a hole. And I'm going to tie it off. I'm going to give it a stretch. And I'm going to skip this hole and go to the next one. And I am going to do a slip knot with a white band. With my hook, I'm just going to give this blue band a stretch. For the eyebrows, I'm just going to find my placement, and I'm going to go right here to here. So from the back, you want to bring your blue band through. Again, I'm going to give it a bit of a stretch. I'm just right beside the eye. And I'm going to bring my band through. And I'm going to bring it, kind of skip this hole and go to the next. I'm going to make sure that I like the placement. I'm going to do my slip knot to secure it. And now the other eye. Again, right beside the eye, and skip a hole, and I'll be coming out of the stitch right beside the other eye. So I'm going to bring my band through, release, skip, and I'm going to go right beside the eye. And now, if you did use the beads or the bands for the eyes, what I need you to do is I need you to push your bands through the little V, because we need the band that's going to pop out after for the eyelashes. This little V, take your bands or your bead and push it through. You need this band. This is where we're going to attach the eyelashes. So it was up here. When you push your bead or your eye band through, it comes down. See this band? You need to bring it down. For rounds 9, 10, and 11, you're going to do 15 single crochets. 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. I have 15 bands in each pile, so at the end of each round, you should have 15 stitches. I'm going to do rounds 9 with you, and then you're going to pause the video to complete rounds 11 and 10. For rounds 9, when I get to the center here where the eyebrows are, doesn't matter where you are, I am going to catch the mouth band, this white slip knot from the mouth. It gives it a bit of a pull and the smile goes up. So it's up to you if you want to do that. It's not necessary. So in the first chain with one band, and just continue either until you get to the eyebrows or the stitch marker. One band in each chain. I'm going to stop in the center of the eyebrows. So again, it doesn't matter which chain you do catch it on. I tried several different ways. So I'm just like in the center, so I'm going to stop for a second, and I'm going to catch the band with the mouth on. And I'm going to put this on my hook. So that's for the mouth. It gives it a bit of a pull. I'm going to go through my chain. I'm going to bring my band through the chain and the mouth band. The chain, the mouth band, and on my hook and side. And now you're just going to continue around till you get to the stitch marker with one band in each chain. So now you can remove your stitch marker, add it to the band around your hook, pause the video, and come back to me when you're done. For round 12, we are going to decrease this round and we're going to grab the inside loops only. So the pattern is 1, 2, and 3 together, 1, 2, and 3 together, 1, 2, and 3 together, repeating 5 times. We are only going to grab that inside loop. So going to the first chain, normally you would go like this. We're just grabbing the inside loop. So the one single loop that's towards the center, and I'm going to bring one band through. Inside. Inside loop, 2, inside loop, 3 together, 2 and 3 together. Repeat 1 with one band, inside loop only. Now 2 and 3 together. Repeat 1. At the end of this round, you're going to have 10 stitches. 2 and 3 together. Repeat 1, 2, and 3 together. One, 2, and 3 together. So you should have 10 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and you want to add some stuffing now. So I'm going to move this up, this band on my hook a little bit. You do not want to use a lot of stuffing. She's very tiny, So you don't want to lose the shape. So she's not shaped like this. She's shaped flat at the bottom and flat at the top. So I can see that there's so much inside. So I'm going to remove to make sure that she's flat at both the top and the bottom. And that's good. For round 13, I'm going to use 6 bands. I'm going to decrease 5 times. In my last band, I'm going to use another chain just to do a slip knot. So let's just put this to the side. First, you're going to take 1 and 2 and stitch together. 1 and 2 and stitch together. You're going to repeat this pattern 5 times. I'm changing color to the brown, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. So let's start with the first one. I'm going to go in the first chain and grab chain 1 and chain 2. Excuse me. Bring your band through all of the stitches that are on your hook and grab the end and slide. The next 1 and 2, bring your band through your stitches on your hook and slide. And just continue 1 and 2 together. Now I'm going to go through the next stitch past the stitch marker, put my hook through that chain, and I'm going to bring a band through and do a slip knot. Remove the stitch marker. And I'm going to worry about hiding that band later. So I'm just going to make sure that I have the shape. The little arms, I'm just going to pull the band to make it go to the front just by bending it, the little band here, and fixing the legs. I'm just fixing it up a little bit, and we're going to do the side piece. To do the side piece of the toilet paper, pick where you want to place it. So I'm kind of in the center. I'm going to do 9 single crochets down, or 9 crochet stitches down the side. The pattern's going to be 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. I'm going to be right below the base, that single stitch, and I'm going to pick a chain. So you're going to see, let's see, if I go here, if I start here, this is where my rule is going to start. So I might even go, I'll go there in the center. You're going to see a straight chain down below your base. You're going to be picking these chains. See this straight, 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 and then 1 stitch down here. You're going to add 2 bands, 2, 2, 2, 2, and then 1 in here. So don't go like this. You're going to see your stitches. So I'm going to go through my first one and bring 2 bands through one at a time. Now below that, straight down, 2 bands. Back in. Right below that, 2 bands. Right below that, 2 bands. And now I'm close to the bottom. Do not catch the base, that single band. Catch the one stitch that's right below. So you're going to see right above the base. So catch the one stitch. I'm still straight. Bring it through. Inside. Now this is how you end it. So what we're going to do is just reverse stitch. So I'm going to be going through each one of these stitches. You should have 8 stitches that you can go through, starting where your band is coming out of, and you're going to bring one band through each one of those chains. Round 3, same thing. I'm going to do both rounds with you. So I'm going to go in my first chain, bring my first band through my chain, on my hook and slide, and going all the way to the top. One band. So this is just a reverse stitch. And you're going to turn and go the opposite way, reverse stitch. The first chain where your band is coming out of. Your last band, you're going to do a slip knot to tie it closed. And your last stitch, bring your band through all of the loops on your hook and tie it off. Now you want to hide this slip knot, so you're just going to bring it through all the little chains here as far as you need to hide it. That's okay. You can hide this brown band by going through, keeping it flat. I'm going to bring it through one more section. And keeping it flat, and next is the eyelashes. Now we're going to do the eyelashes, and with my hook I'm going to go from the top down, not position my hook this way. I'm going to put my hook through that bend that we brought over the eye. So you're going to want to try to grab it. If you can't grab it, hook onto it and hold it. Now from the top down, you're going to bring a black band through and do a slip knot. And when you're pulling, pull slightly to the top, not quite straight up. And the same thing with the other side. You want to make sure that it's at the end as possible. And the other side. Again, you want your hook from the top down. So I'm going to go in like the same direction as this one. Don't go this one. So you want to catch onto it and go through and try to go to the end. Bring a band through and slip knot. Again, pulling off to the side but towards the top corner and pull. And then you're just going to cut, not too short and not too long. Don't cut the arms. And she's done. Hope you enjoyed Looming with Cheryl. Please subscribe down below. I have a lot more designs to load, and I will see you next time with another. Bye for now.